Hello, my friends. It's 153 and episode 153. Go watch the 152 other episodes. I need to get my hours up so I can monetize my channel, man. I'm going to start putting them together, like 10 episodes together, and just see the evolution of Courtney. I think I think what we're going to find is in episode 1, I might have been in better shape than I am right now, because I'm I am on the struggle bus today. But I keep talking about how we need to remember that there's a blue sky and sometimes there's a gray one, but you don't have to hold on to that gray one. But today I held on to it, but I needed to, because I need to make some hard decisions. So today I was crying and I was like, oh my God, why can't I do a sale today? I did one yesterday, and how am I ever going to get through this? And I think the universe wanted me. I call the universe a lot of times Gus. Gus, the God, universe, or source. We'll talk about that another time. Anyway, well, let's just talk about it now. I just call it that because to me, when I say God, it just reminds me of religion, organized religion. And I'm not for organized religion for me, but I'm not against it for other people. For the most part, I encourage you to be wherever you are. But I also encourage you to ask questions. So maybe I'm conflicted on that. But anyway, Gus. Now I've completely lost my train of thought. Can you tell I have ADHD and did not take any medication today? I think I got sunburn or something on my nose. I still cannot find my light. Oh, circle back, Courtney. Circle back. Is that better? That's really better, right? The lighting in here is so harsh. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Chicka wow wow. Somewhere I still haven't found my light. So yeah, anyway, completely have forgotten yet again. Dude, we're just a rock, and we're just on a rock in space, and everything should come to us, and we should not overthink it. And we should just imagine how we want our lives to be, and it should just be that way. I just got done listening to some Abraham Hicks, and I'm trending with that. Manifestation is fucking real. It is real, but you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. So let me talk about that. I've been researching, everything that's happened to me since my awakening, and energy and what I feel, and I've not had a guru. I've not had somebody that I could lean against. I've just had me, and so I had to figure it out. And sometimes I figure it out the hard way. Actually, every time I seem to figure it out the hard way. It seems to me that it would have been a lot easier with a teacher, but would I have known as much? Probably not. So it's okay. It's all right. I flip-flop between knowing that I am in the right... Is this too dark? That I am in the right place? Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. But you don't have that in your RV. I flip-flop between, being pissed off at my situation and being mad at myself and being mad at him. And, being like, oh my God, how am I ever going to get out of this? And, but I just have to keep moving forward, because if I keep holding on to that dark shit, I'm just going to, have a little cyclone here, but there's no movement, you know what I mean? I'm just going to keep spinning, and I don't want to do that. And I've done that with this person, and, Dr. Phil used to say something. Dr. Phil used to say, you're only a victim once. And I used to really like that. And I told myself that the other day, Courtney, you're only a victim once. And I've been processing that. So today, when I beat myself up because I didn't have another whatnot sale, I was a little down in the dumps after my whatnot sale, because I was like, I'll just go over there and sell stuff every day. But like, how am I really logistically going to do this and still go through like try to make enough money to get out of the hole? And they got to like do all, like, I honestly, there's probably, it would be cool if there was another way, you know. If I could rent a place that had a garage, I don't care where it would be. If I could rent a place with a garage that I could pull all that stuff out and spend like the next 6 months sorting that shit out, and like, because it's my whole life, and it's like, it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, let that go, because I'm still repiecing myself together. And I use this example a lot, but I'm like Goldie Hawn and Overboard. Like I had this awakening. You go through this void period, and then once you're out of the, like, I'm coming out of the void. I'm trying to be around people more. I'm leaning towards that's the way to go, you know. So I'm coming out of this void, but like, I still don't know who I am, you know. Ram Dass has a book called Becoming Nobody, and that's kind of like what I feel like. I'm like, well, you know, I've just had every ounce of whatever taken out of me, and I just feel like I'm like awareness, you know what I mean? I'm just like awareness. I'm not, I think the spiritual awakening, like, I think it, I think it strips you of the, well, once you start facing your shadows, you realize that you're really just like a program, right? You're just a program from all of your traumas and experiences. But once you start facing those, you like wipe them clear. That's kind of how it is. Yeah, it's pretty wild shit, you know? So that's my little story, I think. I don't even know what the fuck I talked about. I've been laying in bed crying and talking to my friend who's really helped me sort it out today. I thank her very much for that. And, you know, figuring out my next move. And I'm going to have some, I recently talked to my mom, and I think I'm willing to talk to my father now. And I think it's time, and, you know, and honestly, like, I need to be willing to accept help. I would need to be willing to accept help. And I'm blocking myself from help by not talking to people who probably love me but definitely don't understand me. And then that's my other concern, because I'm like, do I accept, like, I haven't even had this conversation yet, but like, do I accept help from somebody who doesn't understand me, or are they willing to understand me? Because I've just been in a situation where I've accepted help, and accepting somebody's help means you live in the world according to them. That does not mean that you're sovereign. That means you're obedient. And that doesn't mean that this situation or any other situation would be like that, but that does mean it is my concern, because I'm very, very aware of what I just came out of. And I'm probably only, well, I say I'm very, very aware. I'm probably only like tip of the iceberg aware of it all, because holy shit, like the last year and a half, the last 3 years, see, I have time blindness. Like, I don't, you know, and it sucks. It sucks because, yes, I did lose myself, and yes, I went through all of this stuff, but like, you still get like shit from it, you know? Like, you still get judgment. You still get judgment from people who love you and don't understand. And it sucks. It sucks because it's like, you know, I mean, I get judged because I had financial issues, because to other people that would be the worst fucking thing in the world. And I get it, because it always was the worst fucking thing in the world. But part of awakening is also having like wealth consciousness and understanding money, and one way to really understand money is to have like go through struggle, and like, you just don't think of it the same. Now, I still have some money wounds that I am releasing. I am releasing my money wounds. I'm going to say that again. I am releasing my money wounds. Because they do hold me back. You know, I have and they're deeply rooted. They're deeply rooted. I know they're generational. So, I need to learn to receive. Okay. That's my little synopsis of my day. I think this is 153. I'm trying to get more regular on all of my videos and all of my channels, and I have many other channels. Psychedelic Zen. I have Psychedelic Zen. It's like vibes and meditations. I have Chewy Love. That's my dog. And Courtney. I'm not really growing and making anything right now, so I'm not really Courtney, but I do have a cannabis channel that I'll be working on again when I'm in a place where I can grow again and share my knowledge there. And I have an ants and bugs channel, and I have a channel called Wild About Nature, and then I have another one that's little itty bitty called Heart Hunters. And I also have been working on my website, actually 2 websites. You can go to AuthenticCourtney.com, and all of my links are there. And yeah, just check out all of my links. They're all there. I have a shop that I've been working on with t-shirts and my rock collection and things like that. My whatnot link is in there and everything else. So, you know, you can support creators for free just by subscribing and watching their videos and stuff. But I've had this channel for a couple of years and I am still not monetized, and it is time to monetize my channels. Eventually what I want to do is, eventually, like in the very near future, is I want to hire some virtual assistants. I had to fire my virtual assistants at the beginning of my awakening when I started having financial problems. And I always vowed that I would hire new ones again and use the virtual assistants to help grow my channels, but also create cool creative jobs for virtual assistants, specifically in the Philippines, but we could do other places too. And teach them editing and then show them how to link up with conscious creators and not just corporations that use them in call centers and things like that. I wanted to give them creative jobs because it was just such a beneficial, good relationship for me when I had them, and it made me show up to work because I had a purpose, and you know, in helping them help me, and it was very cool. We co-created a lot of stuff together, and I'm going to do that again. That's my plan. It's part of my plan. And then after that, then I could probably buy some property of my own with the money that I make from my YouTube channels. And that's just my goal. You know, am I a great YouTuber? Absolutely not. You know, sometimes I'm a terrible YouTuber, but it's okay. I'm doing it with no budget, and I'm showing my realness. I'm showing my life, and more people are going to awaken. And I'm not doing this because I want to be a big YouTube creator. I'm doing it because I promised the universe, God, Source, or Gus, that I would share my experience, and that's what I'm doing. And I get a lot of shit from it, and it's hard. It's hard to share what you know, and then get shit, you know, judgment. But I'm not doing it for internet points, and I'm not doing it for sympathy. I'm doing it for the person who's laying on the couch like I was when I was going through it really bad and didn't know what the fuck. And I'm still going through it, and that's why I'm doing it too, because eventually we're all going to find each other. And you know, I want to create a community, and I want to help us grow and learn to live through the stuff, you know. I just want to, we should all be having joyous, great lives here. And, you know, right now I've been struggling a lot, and I know other people have too. So that's why I talk about it. A certain percentage of the time I know that this is not forever. It's just a chapter. But it is very easy to get caught up in it. And I'm trying not to do that. So, if you could, like, leave encouraging comments if you've gotten this far, because a lot of times it is an echo chamber, and, you know, like, I'm a small creator, and lately I've been like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just painting myself into this crazy picture, right? And, like, how is that helping me? But I'm, like, also not gonna stop, because I promised God I would do this and I would never be quiet about it. And, you know, there's a lot of people that went through the same type of awakening that I did, and wrote books about it and stuff, and I want to do that too, but I just can't seem to get out of the RV park. So that's what I need to do, so that I can do the things. And it's really hard, because I just have no support. So I have no support here. I'm sure that there are people that support me, but it's hard. It's fucking hard. If you know somebody going through what I'm going through with an awakening or whatever, actually, you know what? Everybody's going through something. So just be kind and be loving, and just remember that everybody's going through something. Everybody is. And if you're not, you probably suppressed it and you're one angry fucking puke. And don't do that. You gotta address the shit so you can grow. Whew. Okay. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. Crying is healthy. I've been crying all day. And I feel a little better. So thank you. Thank you for listening. I love you. Goodbye.